Okay, here's a seat I basically painted up black. Let's see if I can bring this in focus for you guys. There we are. That's the, I was say straw, but it's not straw, is it? I don't know. Anyway, it's a woven seat padded together. That's for the cockpit part. Now, just going to show you the other details we've done on here so far. So we've got an instrument panel in, many other things really. But yeah, that's all in place just for you guys in there. All nicely done. I say for you guys, but there we go. Okay, right, back to this padded seat a second. Padded seat, I keep saying padded seat, don't know why. Yeah, I had a look on Wingnut Wings and they was showing how to make it more detailed, and basically what it was showing was this, you see this band around the back here. He was saying if you scrape this away it will basically lead out this interior frame. There you go. See, just in the centre there, this interior framework all throughout the middle. It says it'll bring that out. Well, to be honest, it does look very nice. It does bring it out really beautiful, but I'm not that of a master modeler, really, if I'm honest. Zoom you in a bit more and refocus. There we go. Sorry about noise, guys. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this device and we're going to spray it with a bit of buff and see how we get on. Just a light coating of buff to start off with. Oh, okay, that was not meant to happen. Okay, change this round, didn't want that to happen. Spray a nice woven colour. Just like that. Just gives it a nice little effect now, doesn't it? Now for a wash, that'll look really, really great. All that detail in there. Just try to think what else could I do. Does need a bit of air actually. On 2 seconds. Let me just prime this up. Okay, so this is how it's been brought out. Refocus you again. This is how it's been brought out once again. So it gives it a nice linen look. Not exactly looking for quite the linen look I'm hoping for, but yep, it looks okay to me. I think I might let it dry for a bit and give it another coat over the top, and then we can paint all those padded parts. Not sure what to paint yet, because naturally the padded part goes onto the bottom of here. This part, sorry. Okay, so I'll go away and paint this up. Actually, see if we can do it here. That's looking more better now. Very good. Let that dry for a bit. There we go. Right, I'll come back and we'll get this all done in a bit. I'll see you in a second, guys. Just has to switch it off, yeah. Right here, guys. Here's the cockpit so far. I don't know if you can see in. Turn the light on a second. Come on. There we go. Turn it down a bit. No, that's up. There we go. Right, so you can see in more detail that most of the cockpit has been done. I'll show you what else we have to offer. So first off is, I'm just going to turn it up a bit more. Sorry, is the seat. Just bring into detail. There we go. Seat is more or less 80% done. It just needs the two front handles on the front there, and those little holes. Cockpit on the other end, still the same. Fitted the Lewis gun holders into the front. This part here, you can see, if I move my finger, there we go. It's actually like an old, oh goodness me, I've forgotten what they're called now. But anyway, it folds open and allows the gunner to have a look at some maps or something like that. So I need to put some hinges on that. Well, the hinges are on there, I just need to paint them up and be done with. Throttle lever down the side here I need to do. The rear seat, gunner seat, see it's got some actually nice fabric detail. I went over with some Tamiya red brown, and then I did a bit of a dry brush over the top. You can see the fabric there. Did a dry brush over the top with some whole red, which is XF9, and that's how it came out. A couple of things I've done is this copper wire reel at the back. I think it was for something for like a radio. Speaking of radios, we do have some other stuff done in here. There we go. Right for you. There we go. So some other battery boxes there at the back, and really that's mostly it. So anyway, I'll just refocus you again. So move them to side so that they're out of the way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fit all the little bits and pieces to the floor piece here. It's got some nice wooden detail. Some battery boxes there. And last but not least, the other battery box. Come on, there we go. Don't want to rip everything off really, if I'm honest. Okay, if I remember correctly, that's that. Okay, so put a drop of glue. I'm going to use some thick glue for now in this middle part, and then we're going to be using some thinner stuff in the very bottom. Like so. Oh, come on. I have to use some tweezers. So I might have taken out of focus, this might have done now. There we go, use some quick setting glue into there. You just have to put a bit of well, I've just probably knocked some off the glue. I might just have to repaint it, but this part here I do have to definitely repaint because I was holding the part. Okay, let's have a look. Move that inwards like that so it's on the beam. Let's go and add some quick drying glue into the bottom of it. And the same on the other side. So I actually like this quick drying glue. It's a bit of a pain to use sometimes, but it does work well. So that's that one in there. Now the other battery boxes, I actually did go over and dry brush a few of them. Okay, no idea who's banging on the door, but There we are. Okay, so actually 2 seconds. There we go. It's actually quite nicely detailed, I will admit. Some, well, for the first time building a Wingnut kit, no problems at all. Not one. Now normally if it was anyone else, I'd have problems left, right and centre. Okay. Come on. There we go. Righty ho. Okay, well what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that to dry for a few minutes, because if you start handling about it will be a bit issue. And we'll come back and we'll put it together. Rightio, it's all dried up and we're literally just going to attach this part onto the bottom. Quite simply enough, really. Let's have a look. So there's actually little slots this all fits into. Like so, if it will go in. Is this part of the back here that's doing it? There we go. Okay, I shall use a bit of thick glue on that. I'll use some of this. It's not the quick setting stuff this in, but I shall put some thicker glue on first. Actually, I may do that. I might wipe just a bit off. Some on the edges just there. Which really I should have put on the inside, but just there, across the bottom. There we are. That is all in. Just like that. Okay, no spilling at all, nothing? No. Okay. Right now, just put some quick drying glue on. So it's pretty much getting plastered with glue, really. But there again, I don't want the bottom of it falling out. There we go. Put a bit along the bottom here as well. There we are. Righty ho. Okay, so that's in. I don't want to put too much in because it might leak through. But there we are. Just wipe the bottom. Okay. Right, so that's in place. Now the next part is really we got to put the back holster in. This basically had more Lewis gun components. It also housed some parts for the plates. At the back here, this fitted in, and then we've got a wire for a radio, and then the copper wire thread that you saw earlier fits into the middle here. And then there's another framework part which is here, which sits at the back. But before we do all that, we need to make a camera that actually sat within this cradle. It does say that in the instructions that the RE.8s that I'm building didn't have it, but if you look at the model, it still has the hole underneath, so it's still a standard fitting. But I think either way, I'm just going to put it in because it will look nicely done. So actually, there is something we can do. I just thought this part here, that is another part for a control column. So what we're going to do, get some tweezers just here. Hope you're in shot. I hope you are anyway. Just take some nice thick glue. Really no, did you guys say that? Just could be something else anyway. There we are. And that slots into there. Try and get it in place. He says anyway. There we go. Okay, so that's in the hole it's designed to go to. And then this part simply, it should be resting in there, so I don't know why it's not. There we go. Okay, so a bit of first encounter I've got in here so far. The control stick it fixes onto a bar that's in the middle. Doesn't actually line up with the bar, but that's a slight little thing. I can't really complain at that. So there we go. Right, that's all in place. Right, I'm going to leave this to dry, and then we'll come back and we'll see how we get on. Right here, another compartment, it's all dry. Right, these are the last parts to go in. I have to admit, these parts just give the more detail to the aircraft, I must admit. You guys are actually pretty high up on that tripod. Shame I can't bring it down any more further, can I? No, that's first it will go down, sorry. Right, so we have this neat little camera. I've painted this up. This neat little camera here. That's pretty good. Very typical camera for the time. Obviously they used it for the back of reconnaissance aircraft. See there's a piece of glass on the bottom there. It's got its copper tuber on the bottom. And obviously some copper plugs that lot. I've dried it with a brush, dry brushed it with a bit of Mr. Metal. That's how it's turned out. Also another thing, drop it. Some more radio compartments. Back here, this copper cable used as an antenna wire. You can see the string, or the wire that goes back up into the framework, sorry. And then you got the Lewis magazines stored on the top there. Really, really nice. And this bit is just an empty frame, really. Push you back. There we are. Right, so literally is the case. Just pop the parts together, and we are literally going to be finishing this cockpit off. It's that simple. So just put a bit of glue onto the end here. Oh, a bit too much. Sorry. Just wipe off. Bit on there. There we go. Just a touch on there. I'm going to put another, just a tiny wee little bit on the bottom there. Like so. There's actually a bit of a thick brush up on this. Oh, drop it. Then apply it onto the bottom. Okay. So next part. Now is to literally put this into place. I'm just going to do it straight away now, because if there's any more framework we have to do, sorry, any more easing or anything, we can literally do it now. It's simple as this, guys. That part fits into there. There's two little slots on the top here. Just do that. Make sure those pieces are eased together, and then last but not least, frame goes into there. Oh, use some tweezers at this part. A bit into there, and that piece in there. There. Oh, okay, pop out. Okay, so this last piece does want to just pop out just a touch. Okay, get some quick cement glue on it. Just around safe enough, especially underneath here. Like so. Touch extra in there. And touch in there. There we go, guys. Pretty proud moment for me. Right, that is the main step of the cockpit. Really much done, really. Yeah, there is a few bits and pieces I just need to go over. Paint a few pieces here and there on the cord and the cable, and then obviously put the seat in place, and paint the two arm things that come down. But apart from that, that is everything. that is everything, guys. It looks really, really nice. I just noticed one bit. Okay, so there we are, guys. Main cockpit is now done. So we can go away and let this dry fully. Let's all get into place. Yep, camera's still in place there. So that's one good sign. And I'll leave it to dry. Wow, it's a really nice mode, that is, all in place there. Right, well, it's not all in place, there's still work to be done to it, but there we go. Okay, I shall see you in a second, guys. See you later. Right here, guys. The cockpit is done and dusted. See if I can bring this up. 2 seconds. There we go. Right, so you can see all the wiring pretty much is there. Turn you guys around. You can see there's some the rigging, not rigging wire. I used Uchi van der Rossen rigging line. I find this much better than same set than the EZ line from, oh god, what's it called again? Berkshire Junction, whichever I call it. If you notice, if you have a look really close, don't know if you can see, but if you have a look at the rudder control, it runs straight through the cockpit, past the gunner's seat just there, into the back. And the same can be said about the trim just on the top there. See the silver bit where my finger is there? Some rigging wire there that runs all the way through the aircraft and just glued onto the very back. It looks really nice, but that's most of the cockpit done. Well, I say most of it done. It is all done. You know, there's always little things I could add. For example, I think I'd like to add a map onto the back just so you can see some more detail. But what we're going to do is we've got the fuselage size here. I've done some detailing up. I've drilled out the holes at the back and there. We've also got 2 holes just there. That's where the gun sight goes through. It's kind of like a long range sight. I forgot the actual name of it. No, 2 seconds. What's it called again? You know, wobbly outfall. Aldis sight going there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start painting these parts up, and we're going to be using some XF55. We're going to use some deck tan. Is it deck tan? Yeah. Just to see how it goes. I'm not quite sure about this colour, if it's actually spot on the right colour. We're just going to see how it turns out. Okay. Let's have a look. See how we do. Sprace up the back here. Okay. Doesn't look too bad actually. Yeah, we'll go ahead and spray the rest of this. Like so. And then what we will do then, get this all done, including the floor. And just the top here. I'll probably do around there as well. There we are. Nice solid colour. Like so. Okay, leave that one to dry. Let's do the next one. Like so. There we are. So you get the drift. We're just going to give us a nice base coat straight over the top. I need to charge up my compressor again. Nice coat all the way underneath. We're going to let it dry. I think it actually turns out the right colour. It's recommended XF55 for the linen colour, and it looks actually spot on. I think anyway. There we are. I suppose with a bit of gloss varnish it will look okay, but there we go. Right, I shall see you guys in a minute. Welcome back, guys. Okay, we have parts done, and yeah, they're all done. I'll just take you in a bit more, and you can see just there all that wood grain is done on the top there. Painted the inside, like I said, XF55. I painted the base colour XF59, which is desert yellow, and I went over the top with the same oils I've been using as the Cockpit, which is the water mixable oil. And then I took some silver, painted the front bit. Okay, let me just take you out a bit more. Okay, one thing I want to talk about, this is the fuel tank that sits in the front of the aircraft, so I've just sat down. I was hoping to leave this out and then slot in, drop it, and slot in over the top. You can't really do that because it's like a lock mechanism, something like that. I painted the front bit of the base colour and it's okay, looks okay. So basically this has to, I've dry fitted everything in. Basically that fits over the top, and then there's a small gap where that locking mechanism just goes through. If we gently push that in, make sure the back end's first. You see how the fuselage is shaped, it basically has to resemble the back end fits in first and then fold this around the aircraft, the framework, sorry, like that. It's as simple as that. Make sure that's kept on. Now, one thing I do want to think about is the engine housing. I'm not sure because it doesn't say in the instructions. Apparently, according to instructions, it does say to put the engine in first. I'm just having a look how it goes in. There's no, there's nothing to block it really. It just slides in and fits in there. So I'm hoping to try and leave the engine out as best I can and then basically make it after painting up. But yeah, that's all really, guys. That's where we are stage. So right now we're just going to be putting the fuselage together like so. Put some extra thick glue on the side there. And that was quite a decency. There's two little notches at the side here, so you can't really get it wrong. 2 seconds. Right, slots in there. Another thing is, if you notice, there's two little notches in the front here. They're actually for the, I believe they're actually for the struts fit in the centre. Is that right? Let me just have a check. It should be. Yes, they are. So it's basically giving it more support to that part, which I really like. That's very nice. Okay. Right. So that fits onto there like so. Okay. It's very tightly packed, I've noticed. Very tightly packed indeed. And I've just noticed I've also put it in place, and there's I haven't put any glue on. Okay, so what we're going to do is take some quick setting glue. I'm just going to put quite a few drops at the back here. Just on the top there. And on the underside, go out of the way. On the side, like so. I'm just going to put a bit down there. Now we can put a whole load underneath here. I think I might actually put the, not the quick setting, but the other one. This one, the actual main go-to glue. Make sure all that's in there. Okay, it's just this piece at the front. Just make sure it's all tight. It's all got to be tightly packed, guys. That's how Wingnuts make them. Just go along the framework. Make sure it's all in place. Even on the sides here, it's got to be all tightly packed. Go put some glue just let that run along into there. See if I can get a great big glob. I should have put some beforehand. So tightly packed around there. Yeah, you just have to push that forward a bit just to get in tension. Okay, this is actually taking quite a while to put together, but it's actually going together really nice. No problems. It's just this front bit where the plastics needs to just be formed in shape. But that's all. Okay, I'm going to be going back to my quick setting glue now. Oh, it's just popped out. Okay. Right, I'm going to put this other side piece on. Keep it all locked. I'm going to put a bit extra, just a touch of thick glue on the side there. Don't want to overdo it. Don't want to ruin the detail work I've just put in. And yeah, I think I'm going to put some glue at the end here. Like so. Come on. Okay. Right. That has gone in like a jiffy. Wow. Wow, indeed. Look at that. Okay. Wow. I'm actually over the moon by that. It's just nice once it's all together and you can still see all that fantastic detail that you've put into that work. Okay, let's have a look at the front. Okay, so we do have some, not injector pins, but like locating pins as they call them, sorry. I think what I'm going to do, let me have a look. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Have we got any of these? Yes, we do. We have a few. I'm just going to be putting a few of these together. Like so. It's like a sandwich pretty much, this whole part around the front here. Just basically making sure everything is locked in nice and does it. Okay, right, that's gone together wonderfully. Also make sure it's all nice and level, don't want anything being ruined. Just make sure everything's gone together, take your time, and there we go. That is all, guys, really. Okay, I should put some glue along the edges here, but there we go. Right, okay, I'm just having a look. That needs to be just pushed forward. Quite a bit of extra quick setting glue, or probably a bit of super glue, probably does it. Just a bit around here. Just push that forward against that piece, like that. Okay. So I've literally got my finger stuck now, just leaving it to dry. Okay, right, with that done, I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to stop recording because I can't do much more now, and I'll see you in a second.